What is up, everybody? Bleeding Blue podcast episode, 77 we are at. We have gotten very far in terms of lots of news that we have, my friend.
hmm
Lots of different things. I think we should just go right into it and talk about the biggest thing. Actually, we're on episode 78, so that's where we're
Okay,
at. But I think we should go in right to the biggest thing with the Blue Jays. Anthony Santander is a Toronto Blue Jay. Very, very
sure.
good news. Very good news. The bat we had needed for a long, long time. Automatically, he makes this team better. That's that. He makes this
hmm
team better. Blue Jays are now a better team that can hit for more power with him. Vladdy and him in the lineup is a very, very nice, beautiful thing to look at. Thoughts, Ryan? Let's hear it.
I'm excited. He was on my wish list, my Christmas wish list for the Jays, and it came true. So, yep, I'm excited to have him on the squad. I just wish this was happening earlier in the off season, so maybe other players who were not taken yet could see what the Jays were doing, and maybe more players would have came if we got this deal done earlier. But it is what it is.
Seems like
Yeah,
everybody just wanted to go to the Dodgers, so
yeah,
doesn't matter.
yeah. Fuck them. But yeah, it was. Yeah, it's a good deal, man. It's pretty cheap too. I was expecting to be a little bit more. I think he's under was it under 20 million a year for 5 years, which is pretty good. So
With deferred
we're
money in that deal as well, which is something
oh,
nice.
that's nice. Yeah, so that's
Yeah,
also very good.
there's about $32 million in deferrals. So how his contract works is next year he'll probably be making around 14, 8, some maybe like 17 million, I think I want to say. But it's deferred. There's about $32 million of deferred money, which means the Jays can spend more. Um, so it's a 5-year contract. That contract might start looking a little bit interesting in the later years, but
hmm
doesn't really matter. I'm not too worried about it. Again, he's in his prime right now, I'd say. He's 30 years old, just turned 30. So I think there's a lot of little things that he could do. He's hit 44 homers this season. Um, yeah, I'm pretty happy with what has happened. Uh, yeah, he's a good player, and I think he's going to add a lot of value to this team. We look
hmm
at the stats from year by year. In 2022, in 2022, when he had his kind of started to be a power hitter that we know him as, he had 33 home runs. 2023 at 28, and then this year he hit 44. He also hit 18 in 2021 and then 20 in 2019. So those are also a smaller sample size. He didn't play as many games, but in the last 3 seasons he's played. In the last 4 seasons he's played over 100 games. Last 3 seasons he's played over 150 games. That's something that we can look at and be positive about and excited about because he's a good player and he hits a lot of home runs and they call him Tony Taters for a reason. And I think that's an awesome nickname, in my opinion. That's
Yeah,
perfect.
that's pretty sweet.
Anthony Santander. Um, he's going to do a lot of good things, so I'm excited.
Well, how is his defensive gameplay? I mean, we don't really need to worry about that with this team, but what are his strengths other than hitting? Because I know he's pretty slow. I think that's his speed is not really up to par with a lot of the other guys in the outfield.
So
Um,
he hits about, or sorry, his speed, he does not have speed. He does not run well. He does not play the outfield incredibly. He's about the same, I'd say the exact same as like Juan Soto, like in terms of defense. I'd say
okay,
like his base running ability and speed and defense is about the exact same as Juan Soto, but he hits more home runs than Juan Soto. Not a high average, so the issue there is that he doesn't his on base percentage is pretty low, and that what drops his OPS, but his slugging percentage 427, or sorry, I'm looking at a different player. His slugging percentage, which was 506 this year, which is really good. If you have anything above like I say if you have anything like 450 and above, That's a really good slugging percentage. His on-base percentage, though, is 308, which brings his OPS to around 814, which is still really solid. It could be higher. I think he'll be a better player next year in terms of his OBP. He's going to be hitting at a park where he can hit more home runs. He's a switch hitter, so if he's ever hitting uh, to the left side, you know, at Baltimore, that's never going over. Like it's
Hmm.
420 feet over there. It's crazy in the left side. So whereas with the Jays, it's going to be a lot easier for him to hit home runs, I think. So, and I'm excited for that. I think that's going to be a lot of fun to watch. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited for him to be on the team. Big fan of a switch hitter, so I like that in the rotation, the batting lineup.
So this looks good in the lineup, though, in my opinion. I think the biggest thing I think about is I think you got to get at least two to three more players. Players, that means one more bat, I think, one starter and one reliever.
Yeah, I think that yeah, that needs to be looked at for sure. Guys who we were talking about recently that are still linked to the Jays are Jurickson Profar, who I'm was also on my Christmas wish list. That would be nice to see him join the team. I know you're not really too keen on him joining the team, or if you think that he's necessary, but I don't know. I like another switch hitter in the batting lineup. Other players like who are still available are Pete Alonso, who you said was,
I'm more
you
keen
know, a
on
really
than
good
I'm more keen on Pete Alonso than Jurickson and
profile.
Profar. I
Yeah.
think I think Alonso's been better than in his he's more consistent in terms of hitting home runs. Alonso's had better seasons, In 2022, Alonso was a great player. In 2019, he was an awesome player. He hit 53 home runs in 2019. In his rookie campaign, hit 260, 941 OPS. In 2020, he was good as well. Hit 16 home runs. 2021, he's good. 37 home runs. 2022, 40 home runs. This year was the year where he only hit 34 home runs. And I could see Alonso. I think he's going to have a better season in terms of the amount of home runs he hits. He hit for a higher average than in 2023, and he hit 46 home runs in 2023. I think Alonso's going to be much better player if he signs, some maybe 2, 3 year deal with the Jays. Um, I have very high hopes for him. Very high hopes for Alonso.
Hmm.
He sometimes gets under the nerves of Frank the Tank. I know Frank the Tank, loves to harp on him, but he was great in the postseason, hit a ton of clutch home runs and important home runs. I see some value in him. I think he's going to be a value. If we sign him, he's going to be a valuable asset. Uh, I want Alonso, man. Get that deal done. He's much
Hmm.
better than Profar. He can hit for high. People don't realize how many fucking home runs this guy hits. Like he hits home runs. That's all he does. And he's not
And that's
like people say he's not good defensively at first base. He's not that bad. He's not that bad.
hmm. I mean, yeah, you're right. He does have the power, and that's what the Jays need, right?
Yeah.
That's who they need going forward because they do not have enough of that. So obviously Santander helps a lot with what do you have, 44 last year. So I think if we do get P. Alonso, that would be good. That'd be good to see in the lineup. We move Vlad to third or put Alonso at DH, something like that. I think that would be a good thing to see. So yeah, a lot of good stuff moving forward for the Jays. Just wish this happened a bit sooner. That's
And
all.
it is what it is. This is the type of thing that happens when players try and wait out to see if they can get more money, make the front office a little bit more antsy. Yeah, my next thing I'd have to say is pitching, and that's got to be you got to sign somebody like our boy Max Scherzer.
No, do not want Max Scherzer.
Why do you not want Max
I
Scherzer?
don't want old players, man. I want someone
He's a pitcher
younger,
though. It's
a
different. It's
prospect.
different.
I don't know. I don't know. Too many recent injuries.
Give him a 1 year deal. 1 year deal. You can't deny the talent and skill that this guy has.
I guess, but he's also 41. So,
But he's Max fucking Scherzer, three-time Cy Young winner.
eh,
He's gonna give you some starts. In 2023, 2024, he's injured. There's definitely some injuries that he had, but I'm not worried.
okay. I
I
believe
want.
I believe in you. Let's get Max Scherzer then.
And then last but not least, I want Carlos Estevez.
Who is that? I don't have that deep of a
Carlos
baseball knowledge.
Estevez is a relief pitcher who pitched for the throws about like 102. He's a relief pitcher for the Phillies and the Angels. You take a look at his stats, he's very good. He's very, very good.
Okay. 2.1 WAR, 2.45 ERA. Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Six
good.
strikes.
26 saves last year.
Yeah, he's
That's pretty
good.
good.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Okay.
So that's who I'd say. He's a free agent and he hasn't signed with the team yet, but hopefully he signs the Jays. Oh yeah.
6'6", big guy,
Yeah.
needs a big arm.
I
So there
think
you go.
I think he could be valuable to this team.
Okay. All right.
And then, but yeah, so that's what I'm hoping for this Jays. If they do all those things, maybe even just two of those things, this is A minus off season.
Okay. I mean, you're talking about missing out on Soto, Sasaki, big players like that, and you're saying that's an A minus off season?
What are you calling it then?
If they get those deals done, I'd say it's like a B minus.
A B minus.
Yes.
How in the world would it be a
Because
B minus?
you are in serious talks with some of the biggest free agents of all time, and you're gonna
That's
not
not even their fault
contend.
though. Like you can't that's not their fault. Get it through your head, Ryan, that it's not fucking their fault that they
Yeah.
can't get these deals done. Wouldn't you rather go I'd rather go fucking play in Los Angeles than in Toronto. If I'm Roki Sasaki and the people that I have to talk to are Chad Green, Bo Bichette, and fucking Dalton Varsho over Freddie Freeman, fucking Mookie Betts, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, and Shohei fucking Ohtani, I'm going to the fucking Dodgers. Like, dude, fucking Roki Saki doesn't even know who Chad Green is, bro. So,
Oh, I'm
it's
sure he
not.
does. He's a legend.
No, he's not. He's not even that good. So
That's your own player you're bringing down.
I have no problem with that. We need getting better players, and we have Jeff Hoffman now as our closer. We don't have to worry about fucking Chad Green closing out games for us. If we get Carlos Estevez, that's two closers right there, plus Chad Green. You got a great bullpen after that. You can look at your bullpen and go, damn, we have some good players now, and we don't have to worry about shit. We got Jimmy
Okay.
Garcia. We've gotten three good relievers in this offseason. Jimmy Garcia, Jeff Hoffman. And then if you moved Yariel Rodriguez to the bullpen after Max Scherzer deal, that's fucking great. Because then you have Max Scherzer, Chris Bassett, Jose Barrios, um, Kevin Gosman, and then that's what, four right there, plus Bowden Francis. That's even better. Plus
Mm-hmm.
the possibility of Alek Manoah returning in August. There
Nah,
you
fuck
go.
him. Fuck Manoa.
Bro, Manoah's, you can't say that because he's the one that recruited fucking Anthony Santander. There's literally a video of
Oh,
Alek
he did?
Manoah. There's literally a video of Alek Manoah going, "We need you, man. Come to the Jays." And he's like, "Oh, okay." They're working out together.
All right. Okay.
So yeah,
Still a
I,
shit
I
pitcher.
A minus. A minus is like compared to other teams. What do you think? The Boston Red Sox fucking signed Walker Bueller and traded for Garrett Crochet, who didn't even like he pitched.
Crochet is a good pitcher, though.
He's gonna fucking get injured though. You look at his stats, bro. Like he had 30 starts. He didn't even get to 162 innings this season.
Hmm. Okay.
So I think
It's fine, man.
he's still good.
You're the baseball expert out of us too, so I believe you.
So I
But
think
I just still don't think missing out on Soto and Sasaki is a minus off season when
that's your minus right there
you're
is that
in
you missed out on Soto and Sasaki. But Ryan, Were
But this
they
is this
ever?
is this is ifs with if you sign three more players, which probably won't happen.
That's what I said.
Knowing this,
If they
knowing
do
this
get those players,
front
that it's an A
office.
minus. You have to agree with me because
What's it
that
right now though?
right now it's like a fucking C.
Okay, I'd
But
give it a C minus right now.
all right.
Maybe even a D plus because they signed. Okay, fine, C
No,
minus
like
because
they've
they got
done
him in
made
this.
deals. They Andres Jimenez, who's gonna automatically help your lineup. He will. He's making your team better no matter what. He just is with his defense. He's the best defender in all of baseball. Like period.
Hmm.
There's no question. You look at outs above average, 21 last year.
Oh, I was also going to mention. Yes, you're talking about Jimenez, but you also mentioned something to me that could happen. Is this would make it an A plus off season if we get a certain someone from also from San Diego.
Fernando
It's
Tatis.
Mr. Tatis, yes.
Yeah, that's not gonna
Good
happen.
trade for him. But you were mentioning that, and I was like, okay, that could be interesting.
If they
But
did do that, that'd
it
be
would have
awesome.
we would
But
have to
that's not
trade a
happening.
lot. We'd have to trade a lot for him.
Yeah. And yeah, so I think those are the big things that can happen. But you have to look at the offseason. You re-sign Jimmy Garcia, who automatically makes your bullpen very solid. He adds is a very good arm on a 2 year deal. You got Jeff Hoffman, who's really good. Look at Nick Sandlin, who's had he didn't have a he had a fine year. Had like a 3.7 ERA as a relief pitcher. He's gonna be able to pitch innings. He's gonna be there for a couple more years. You got Andres Jimenez, who's gonna be there for a couple more years as well. You got and then you also have Santander, who's going to add automatically at least 30 home runs into your lineup. And then you also have Jeff Hoffman on a 3 year deal, who's going to be fucking closing the games for you. And that's right there. They still get another relief pitcher, or they get another starting pitcher or another bat. That is huge, especially Pete Alonso, because right there, that's adding like 70 home runs to your lineup.
Mm-hmm.
You have Pete
That is
Alonso
that is very
and
true.
so you 35, 35, something like that, which is very possible, very likely, honestly. And then you have
Hmm.
Vladdy having a good season. All of a sudden, you're
Okay.
like top
Yeah,
four
we'll
in the
see.
lineup. You got Bo Bichette, fucking Vladdy,
Oh,
Alonso, and Santander.
Bo is not staying. Bo is gone.
Yeah, but he's gonna be here next year, though.
Is he? Or do you think there's going to be a trade happening? I think there might be a trade happening as we speak. I think
You're
he might
you're
leave.
literally pulling this out of your ass. I don't. You have no idea what you're talking.
But I have heard many sources, inside sources from my phone that Bo is gone. So I actually have talked to the boys at Gate 14. Um,
I've talked to the boys. I've talked to the boys at the. Uh, I've talked to the boys
anyways,
in media
good off
crack.
season for the Jays.
Yeah. You're
Good off
fucking with
season.
me. Uh, anyway, all right, let's move on to some football. Let's talk football now
Yep.
because there, again, lots of good things to talk about in terms of football because guess what? The Bills are moving on to the AFC Championship.
And you
How
didn't
happy?
pick them.
Huh?
And you didn't pick them.
Dude, because I didn't want to be fucking disappointed. The Ravens are fucking good, bro. They're good.
Oh, not good enough.
Not good enough though. And I agree with you. You were right. That's what I told you. I said to you, I said, you know what? If you're right, then Ryan, you're right. I'm a fucking fake fan. I told you. I said, but I was too scared. I really
Hmm.
thought it was because we just look at history, they're always fucking getting out in the second round. So
Yeah,
I thought, it was going to be a repeat of that,
fair enough.
but it wasn't. And they won. And now they're going on to the AFC Championship to face to face the Kansas
The
City Chiefs.
cheaters. The cheaters. Kansas City cheaters.
But you, my friend, think that they're going to lose.
What's that? No, I didn't say that.
You
We'll
literally
find
told
out.
me.
We'll find out later. We'll find out later. Let's discuss about the game.
Okay,
We'll
fine.
talk about predictions later.
Okay, fine.
By the way, very good game. Actually, I wouldn't say it was very good. I say it was good. Um, the second half was not fun to watch. Let me just put it that way. Very stressful to watch because usually the Bills are a second half team, and they didn't show that. Uh, they did not show that not yesterday, Sunday, and frankly, I'm not very happy about it because if they play like that against the Chiefs on Sunday, we're guaranteed to lose, especially with how Mahomes plays in the playoffs. But the first half was very enjoyable. A lot of good turnovers forced by the defense against a very good Ravens offense, run offense. Lamar played pretty good in the second half. First half, he had some troubles. Um, throwing that interception was horrible. Did not expect that to happen from, of all people, him, who, this season he's been lights out in terms of not giving the ball away and being smart throwing the ball. So I was very shocked to see that. But yeah, and he fumbles the ball in the Bills' own end, and Miller picks it up and runs it the other way. So yeah, a lot of good things happening with this defense. Taylor Rapp got injured. I don't know if he's coming back next week. He's day to day. Taron Johnson got a little shaken up, but I'm pretty sure he's going to play next week. There's nothing crazy about him in the news, but yeah, the offense was kind of struggling in the second half. First half they played okay. Run game was really good. Cook and Davis played great. Um, Allen needed to do what he had to do in the air. No turnovers, which is good to see. He's had no turnovers in the playoffs. Um, he's only been sacked like 3, 4 times, which is insane to me. I still can't believe he's doing that, getting away from that. So yeah, man, what really matters right now in the playoffs is not giving the ball up, because if you saw from that Lions game this weekend, they turned over the ball 5 times,
Yeah.
and that's the reason why they lost the game. So the turnovers are costly in the playoffs, and it's important that these boys um, don't do that on Sunday against a really good Chiefs defense. Definitely better than how the Ravens were playing last week. So Allen needs to be protective and make sure he gets his passes out, because from that Chiefs defense on Saturday against the Texans, they were really pressuring Stroud and that O line, and there's a reason why the Texans lost that game, is because they got to Stroud really early and he couldn't really move, and that's why he got brought down. I think like at least 5 times. So a lot of that's going to be dependent on how Allen can avoid that, and I'm pretty sure he'll do a good job of that and protect the football. So yeah, man, it's going to be a tough game on Sunday. There's not really much to talk about the Eagles game. It was pretty ho hum. Nothing crazy happened. Just Saquon just ran all over the Rams, and that was about it. Like the Hurts didn't even play good. Um, Eagles defense had some good stops when they needed to. Like they had a couple fumbles and interceptions, and that's why they won the game, right? So, uh, yeah, man, it's gonna be an interesting Sunday of football next week. Um, Obviously, you have Chiefs, Bills, and then Eagles, Commanders. So, big matchup in the NFC with the divisional matchup. They've already played twice this year. They went 1-1 against each other. I guess I'll just start off the predictions right now. I think the Eagles will win. I think the Commanders runs stops here. I love Jaden Daniels. He's a really good quarterback. He played great against the Lions. I think he had almost 350 total yards against that Lions defense. I mean, the defense wasn't very good, and that's why I think they'll lose this game. Is because the Eagles are much better, less injured, um, more sound on no turning over the football. I think Jane Daniels might have a couple mistakes in the cold. Philadelphia gets pretty cold over there, and I think Hurts, he has the experience over Daniels. Been to a Super Bowl before. They've won games with him. Home field advantage too. That's also very important in a place like Philadelphia, where we've seen the fans become riled up and frankly be idiots. So that also helps, get into the players' heads and stuff. So I think the Eagles will win. And honestly, I'm going to be bold. I think it'll be pretty comfortable. I think the Eagles will win comfortably. I think Saquon's going to run all over them. Um, yeah, just like Gibbs played really good last week against the Commanders defense. And I think Saquon's gonna have another big game. He's the reason why they're in this position right now. So I think they're just gonna keep giving him the ball. So I got the Eagles. I really want I hope the Commanders win though because they're a far more interesting team than Philadelphia. But yeah, just gonna take the Eagles. And then Bills Chiefs. It's really hard for me to say this, but yeah, I do have the Chiefs winning. Um, I really think the Bills can do it. I think this is definitely the Bills' best chance to win a Super Bowl is this year because I think if the Bills do win it, do beat the Chiefs, I think they have the best chance they've had any year with Allen in terms of who they'd have potentially in the Super Bowl. Eagles are a fraudulent team, so are the Commanders, in their own ways. But I think if I know, Allen's playing really good this year, and um, the defense is starting to catch up with the offense. Um, I just think the Chiefs are just undeniable in the playoffs. Doesn't matter who's on the team, who Mahomes has, he's just going to find a way to win a game, whether it's the refs or Taylor Swift casts a spell on the refs and makes them do stupid calls. I don't know what it is, but the Chiefs are going to win somehow, and they're going to a fourth straight Super Bowl. So not fourth straight, third straight Super Bowl. So we're gonna get a boring Super Bowl this year. We're gonna get another Chiefs 49ers bullshit. So yeah, it's sad to say, but yeah, the Bills are gonna lose again.
My friend. I've said a lot of negative things about this team and about the Bills not believing in them last year and not believing in them this year to beat the Ravens. But after the showing of against the Ravens on this past weekend, and the way they performed all season, especially against the best teams, they've been able to show up. They've been able to dominate and make the game not even close. That game against the Chiefs this year, it wasn't even a serious game. Like it wasn't even scary. Like the Bills had them the whole time. They had them in
Hmm.
their hand. They're playing at Arrowhead Stadium. You're right. That's a thing that's gonna be part of it. That why their chances are a little bit lower. But I'm not worried. I'm not
Hmm.
worried one bit in this team. I believe this year, you know who put money on it? You know who put $1 million on the Bills to win the Super Bowl? Dave Portnoy.
Oh, fuck him, dude.
And in Dave Portnoy, we fucking trust, bro. All I have to say is that the Bills will win the Super Bowl.
So you're going 3 weeks ahead, and you say they're gonna win. Okay, so you have the Bills over the Chiefs. All right, I like that. I like that prediction.
I
I
didn't
like that
have
a
it. I
lot.
didn't have it
But
last week, and I didn't have it last week, and that's the thing that's gonna fucking get all controversial because always flip flopping here. I had to see them face the Ravens to realize, I had to see them face a team that is good, has a insanely, how good they are. They have an insanely good offense, insanely good defense. They have one of the best QBs, MVP,
he will be the
QB.
MVP. He will
What?
be.
How many?
I said he will be the MVP.
Lamar Jackson,
Yeah, yeah,
even this year.
yeah. He will be. It's very rare that first team All Pro is not like a quarterback is not the MVP. So he will win it, but Allen did beat him in the playoffs. So that's all I'm gonna say. But you know,
That's fucking bullshit. First of all, but anyway, MVP, QB, you beat
right.
that fucking guy. That shows you right there. No matter what fucking sort of talent that this other team has, even the Bills, the amount of talent that they have on their team, they're not that good. They're not that good. And the I think the Chiefs are going into this like they're gonna fucking win. and they're gonna have a huge upset, huge surprise. Taylor Swift is gonna go fucking home crying to her fucking mommy and crying over to Travis. It's not gonna end well for them. I'm ready for America's team to come out and beat the fucking slay the fucking dragon.
Okay. I like it, but I just don't think it's going to happen, in my opinion. Just something's going to happen. Some stupid call is going to happen. Mahomes is going to be the last with the ball. It's going to be a tie game or something. It's going to be close, and Mahomes is going to figure out a way to win somehow. I don't know. I hope you're right though. I hope you're right. What's your prediction for the other game?
Yeah, Eagles. Yeah.
Eagles? Okay.
They're just a better team. Fucking Saquon is so fucking sick, bro. He's so fucking good.
Like on paper, they are a much better team, like much better. But it's just their chemistry. Something's wrong in the dressing room. There's something wrong. Like AJ Brown and Hurts have something going on. Like yeah, I don't know.
Oh,
But
really?
they'll win. Like yeah, oh yeah. There's been problems all season with them too. Um, AJ Brown not getting the ball enough or whatever. But there's definitely problems going on. But um, I think they'll win. They'll pull it off somehow. Jane Daniels doesn't have the experience. Um, I hope they do though. I hope Daniels makes to the Super Bowl. I mean, if they do, it'll probably be the best rookie quarterback season of all time, most likely, because there hasn't been other than I don't think Purdy made it to the Super Bowl as a rookie. I think he's the only. I don't think any rookie quarterback has won the Super Bowl. So if he does, I hope the Commanders make it because they're an exciting team. So, um, but I just think the Eagles have the experience and they'll pull it off.
Yep.
Good talk there, NFL talk there. Um, excited to see what happens this weekend. Gonna be praying that the Chiefs Mahomes breaks his leg and doesn't come back into the game. So there you go. All right, let's talk some Leafs here. Very good week, very good weekend. End of the week for the Leafs. Um, beat New Jersey at home was a great little comeback there. They went back and forth on Thursday. It was a lot of fun seeing Keefe get pissed off at Matthews scoring that insane tying goal.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun to watch that game. Yeah, Leafs played great. They kept battling and kept with the Devils, who are a good team. They've been struggling since the beginning of the new year, and we've seen that in Frank the Tank's
No win
rage
January.
videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, as he likes to call his teams feeble. Um, so
And
yeah, they've been having some tough times.
what I find funny about it is even though he's so negative, he's actually sometimes right. Like he like
Oh, for sure,
like
for sure.
like the fucking I remember in 2023 uh the Mets were fucking stinking it up.
Hmm.
And Frank goes on a huge rant. He's like, the June swoon is coming, the June swoon, where they don't win a fucking single game in June. The
Hmm.
the Mets went on like a fucking 10-game losing streak after Frank said
Oof,
that. Like
oof.
in June. And
Yeah,
and I was like, holy shit. And then he talks about like, like at the beginning of January, he's like, they're not gonna win another fucking game in January. This is it. Dude, they have
yeah,
fucking
yeah. They've been struggling, man.
they've been
They have been
struggling.
struggling. Like he said, like what he says about the Dolphins, I believe everything, man, because they have a lot of problems in that organization, especially the coaching staff, because they need to figure out how to, figure out that offense because it is so predictable. Like he says all the time, it's so predictable, their offense. Mike McDaniel needs to leave if they want to have a chance at winning any playoff games, but that's no here nor there. But yeah, Thursday, good game, good overtime win against the Devils at home, and then Saturday against the Canadians, probably my favorite win so far this year. It was
Oh,
fantastic,
great
such a
game.
good game, such a good game. First period was horrible though, really bad first period to watch. Um, Leafs could not do anything. Canadians were all over them, up 3-0. And then second period, all of a sudden, Leafs woke up. I don't know what Berube said during the intermission, but the boys started playing well, scored 7 unanswered. Yeah, it was magical, man. Magical. Winning 7-3 away in Montreal is probably one of the best feelings you can have as a Leaf fan. No doubt about it. Um, one of my friends was talking so much shit on Saturday, who is a Canadians fan, saying, "Oh, I'm literally going to read the text he sent me
Do it.
right after the third goal. He said, um, I gotta find receipts. Uh, what did this guy say to me? Where is it? Where is it? Okay. He says, Montreal good again, and I can shit talk Leaf fans again. Life is good. Ever since that text, they scored seven unanswered. It was a great game. Great game. Everyone contributed. Lawrence had a goal.
Everyone,
Nylander played
yeah.
really good. Everyone, yeah. Ekman Larson had a goal and two assists. McMahon got one. Camp got one. Robertson got one. A lot of players who usually don't score were scoring, so that's always a good sign. Um, yeah, I heavily enjoyed that game. And then Monday was a nice win against Tampa. Playoff team. Those division games you need to win. Up 4-2. And in the third, they gave up one, but then they got the empty netter to seal it. So their Leafs are now up to 30 wins, man. They're playing really good hockey right now. After that 3-game losing streak, um, they've now clawed back a bit, and they're looking like the team that they were a couple weeks ago. So
Definitely.
very happy where this team's going. Um, they got a few tough games ahead of them, but it's fine, man. They're playing really good hockey. So let's hope that it keeps up. They got Columbus tonight, who's surprisingly playing very good this year. They are basically just outside of a playoff spot. Columbus. There's a lot of teams in the hunt right now in the Eastern Conference, but Columbus is playing really good. Um, and then they have Ottawa on Saturday, which should be a fun game to watch. Every time they play Ottawa, it's always something insane goes on. I remember last year we were talking about that empty net goal that Ottawa scored, and Riley, I forgot the guy's name on Ottawa, probably some nobody. Got cross checked by Riley at the end of the game. That was really funny. Um, yeah, man. They got Minnesota on Wednesday. Tough games coming up, and then they have the Oilers next Saturday, which will be a fun game to watch. Also, always fun against the Oilers, but the games have been kind of spaced out. Um, will be spaced out this week. I guess they have a little bit of a break, but um,
Got a 2 game
yeah.
break after this, and then they play Saturday.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, they've been playing. Yeah, they've been playing well. Like the stars have been starring. Like even Matthews has started to pick it up and like been really just himself. Like he's been really good. Matthew Nyes is almost at 20 goals at the 46th
Mhm.
game of the season. Like it's really
Breakout
good.
year for him, man. He's because
Really
he's playing
good.
with Marner and Matthews, right? So that just gives him
Lots of
loads and
opportunities.
loads of opportunities to score, right? And he's taking advantage of them. So
And
he had two more. He had two more against Tampa on Monday, which was a really good game to watch. I don't know if I'm a big fan of these Prime games though. Like I hate having to switch from Prime Video to my actual cable. It's kind of annoying, but yeah. But it's good games to watch.
it was Mitch Marner's at 67 points right now on the season. More
Yep.
than Connor McDavid at this point. He's been
Yeah, he's
lights
contract year, man. He wants that money, dude.
and
He's,
he's
he's
gonna would you okay, at this point then, contract year, are you re-signing Marner?
for sure. But it also depends on what he does in the playoffs, though.
Yeah,
It also depends on that, man, because that's when it matters.
you're right. That's a
He
good
did
point.
not
It's good that
perform
you're
that well
saying it
last
now
year.
before the playoffs actually happen because that's what most people do. Is they'll be
Yeah,
like, no, he fucking sucks. I don't want to sign him because he sucked in the playoff because it's
right.
recency bias. You're right though. You do have to
It
perform in the
all that
playoffs.
matters is April, May. That's when it all matters, dude.
This is just
Um,
warm up. This is warm up. This is
exactly.
get yourself ready and have that season so you can get into the playoffs. Because Yeah, I could say I could say they're gonna be in the playoffs this year. It all depends on how well they do in the playoffs. And I think they're playing again. They're playing like a different brand of hockey than I'm used to. It's not flashy, it's not crazy. I mean that game on Saturday, I'd say that's kind of flashy. That was a flashy fun game. But again,
Right.
it's not just one guy doing it. There's
Mhm.
everybody. They're all seven of those goals. Weren't they all different players? Like, weren't they all uh I think I'm
They
gonna
were.
check.
They were. I don't
Yeah.
think anyone had 2 goals.
Like they were all different guys on the team. And that's the difference right now with the Leafs. I just have to say it's fun to watch to a certain degree. And then you got the game on Monday against the Lightning, which is another big win
Hmm.
because you always, especially teams in your division, you gotta compete, you gotta do well, and they did. They did that. So
Yeah. Very happy how this team's playing, but like I said, all that matters is April and May. So we keep this up, bring it into the playoffs. Could they make a run? We'll see. Let's hope that happens.
and then once you get Stolar's back, hopefully he'll be back soon. I don't know how long it's gonna be, but
Hmm. Wall is playing great. Oh yeah, speaking of Wall, that Saturday game, he had some insane saves. Forgot to mention that. He had some great saves on Saturday. So just wanted to mention that. But yeah, hopefully Wall's gonna keep it up. No problems with him so far since Stolar's been injured. But yeah, boy's looking really good right now. Looking really
yeah.
good. So let's hope that keeps up.
Austin Matthews, nice. Riley, yeah, Riley hasn't been great. But Nylander's been doing his thing, the same thing, 28 goals on the season. He's almost leading the league right now in goals. He's just behind like Kucherov, McKinnon, and Draisaitl, those guys, those main
Mhm.
guys.
Yeah.
Big dogs. Um, so yeah, it's pretty uncontroversial, I have to say, this team, and which normally is a controversial team because it seems like they're always in the thick of like, oh, what's going on with the Leafs? Like they can score, but like they're having these horrible games. It's like, yeah, they went on that 3-game losing streak there for a minute, but when you come back with three great wins in a row, you forget all about that, and it just goes to show that they can fucking get out of a slump like that. They know how to fucking get out of it if they need
Hmm.
to. So again, I that was also expected after a fucking going 7-1 in December, like from December to
Right.
January 7th, like in a 20 day span. So it is what it is.
It's all good. It's all good.
They're
Let's move
playing
on.
they're first in the division right now, and that's behind. So Florida's at
One,
59 points. They're the third best team in the entire, tied for the third best team in the entire NHL right now in terms of record.
yeah, I'm still surprised at Washington right now.
That's
I'm
it's
still
stupid.
surprised how good they're playing.
It's
It's
stupid.
insane.
It doesn't make
It's
any
insane.
sense.
32, 10, and 5. Like they only have 10 regulation losses. Like that's insane to me how good they're playing. Um,
Tom
Vegas
Wilson's
is playing.
fucking playing great. Yeah, holy shit.
Vegas is obviously good. Edmonton's playing good. Uh, Winnipeg is playing very good, like we mentioned last week. Um, Minnesota, Dallas, all these teams that we know are good, they're playing good. So yeah, they're definitely Washington is the surprise of the season. Ovi's, I don't even know. He might break the record. He might break the goals record this year. He'll definitely break it. He's definitely coming back next year. That's for sure. But yeah, that's just surprised me, Washington. But I don't think we play Washington again this year. Maybe potentially conference final. But if that's all things considered, if it goes well, but
That'd
you know,
be, yeah.
that would be a fun little series. All right, let's move on to our top five here. We got another interesting one. We last week we hit you guys with the conspiracy theories. I know a lot of people who I mentioned to it enjoyed that one. So we're gonna bring you another one here. that does deal with crimes as well. Um, and it's mugshots. Top five mugshots could be, but probably will be all celebrities, people that most people know because we're not just going to say some random person who we see on the internet, but iconic mugshots. I'll start off. My honorable mention. I have a couple people. Like I'm trying to decide because I have so many good ones here. Um, I think just because of recent news and his inauguration, and it's not really iconic yet. It's been only been out for like a year or two. I'm just gonna say Trump's recent mugshot is hilarious. Um, Very funny. Makes a nice face there. Trump, classic Trump, serious face, concerned face. So I will go with him as my honorable mention. Um, at number five, I have Robert Downey Jr. I think it's really funny. He's smiling, which rarely people do for mugshots. Um, Obviously a serious crime. He actually served for almost 2 years in prison for drug possession and stuff like that. But I think it's
That's
just a
crazy.
funny. Yeah, I know. I still can't believe he was that mentally in that state, and then all of a sudden he has this big comeback and doing Marvel and Academy Award winner and stuff like that. So, but yeah, still a great mugshot. Number four, I have an iconic one. I have Pablo Escobar at number four.
Yeah.
Um, I think it's a really good one. He's smiling also. It's so funny too because like I searched it up like what he got in for or what he got arrested for. It was literally like the smallest crime ever, nowhere near the extent to what he did
That's
as
what
a
it usually,
criminal.
and that's what it usually is. It's just
Yeah, just the smallest shit. And then
never
he's
catch him though.
smiling because he probably got away with doing some obviously, crazy shit, but he's not with us anymore. But I have him at number
Rest in
four. He's
peace.
actually on one of my little Uzi Vert records. I don't know how that's even a thing, but his mugshot's on a vinyl I have. Number four, I think this is a really good one. This is probably my favorite one. I have Bill Gates at number three. I think it's really funny that when he was younger, I think this was before he founded Microsoft, but he got arrested for a speeding ticket and because he didn't have his license, he got taken in. He's just like this little nerd with his glasses on and stuff. It's really funny. I really
Oh,
like
it's
that
fun.
one because
It's
he's
you're a fucking nerd because you wear glasses. What's this shit, bro?
no, but because Bill Gates is a nerd. That's why. I
That
just
is
thought it
true.
was really funny.
He is a nerd.
I think I think he might have been a millionaire at the time that he got that ticket. So it's like nothing to him. Like he could just bail himself out. It's
Yeah.
just he's having a good time, right? So I have that at number three. Number two, probably the most iconic one on probably most iconic mugshot of all time, Frank Sinatra. I have that at number two. Obviously, in it's plastered all around in The Sopranos, like the Bada Bing and The Office and stuff. You got that going. He got arrested for probably the most odd, probably not odd, but like something you wouldn't think about is he got arrested for seduction. Basically, I don't know if anyone knows what that means, but we'll just keep it. It's more like he basically sexually assaulted someone without consent, but we'll leave that there. Um, just it's an iconic photo. I have to put that. I had to put that high on the list. And number one, um, just to me because he's one of my not off the golf course, but on the golf course, one of my favorites athletes of all time, Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
It's
Classic.
just so fun. It's so funny, and when it's so funny, it's so good too because when people put it on shirts and stuff, and then one time he was playing at a tournament, and one guy was wearing the a shirt with the mugshot on it, and he's walking by and he started laughing. So he plays along with it. He's a good sport about it. But yeah, the guy does not know how to drive a car. Um, so yeah, but it's a good mugshot. I have to put a number one. So iconic for me as a sports fan. Yeah,
Is that your list?
yeah, that's
Oh,
my
that's it.
list.
Oh, yeah, perfect. Okay.
I had Tiger at number one. Yeah.
All right. In number six, my honorable mention, a famous one, like you said, Frank Sinatra. That's the classic. You see this one, people love wearing it, like having it as like a poster in the background, or as a
Hmm.
shirt. He looks badass as fuck in it. Once you realize
Yeah.
what crime he committed, it's yeah, it's a little bit less, but anyway. Number six, honorable mention, Frank Sinatra. At number five, again, Bill Gates. Like you said, Bill Gates is an interesting one because he's a guy who all he did was just he, driving without, he got arrested for driving without his license and got pulled over because uh, he got pulled over because he ran a stop sign, which is, it's a little
The
interesting.
smallest crime ever you can
Yeah, like
commit on the
I
road.
know people who have been pulled over for doing that, and then they just like, hey guys, just don't do it again. Make sure you don't do it again. It's like, all right. And then in this, Bill Gates, this fucking millionaire, is getting pulled over and like getting his money. He's just smiling, obviously, because he doesn't care. Um,
Right.
and number four, this one is so goddamn funny. The photo, it is. I love the mugshots where these people had just had the worst night of their fucking
Oh
life,
yeah. Yeah.
and like you just tell like they are fucking hung over on so many different fucking things. They just were out partying for what they looked like a year straight.
Hmm.
In at number four, I got James Brown back in like the early
Oh yeah.
2000s. You
Yeah.
go and
Yeah.
look at that photo. My gosh, he is rough. He is looking fucking rough, my friend. He so
He's one of my favorite artists too, man. I love James Brown. Yeah,
yeah, he shot,
2004. Ooh.
but back in its year
Oh.
2004,
Oh, buddy.
charged with domestic violence against a 33-year-old wife, Tommy Ray Brown. Oh, that's horrible. Fuck. Okay, he doesn't deserve
His
that.
one in 88 is not that bad though. But yeah, 2004 is
2004
that's
is rough. It's a rough photo.
yeah. Yeah.
It's like he just had a rough night. And continuing on with that, at number three, I got my boy Daniel Larson. He's been
Oh
arrested a
my,
couple
here we go
times.
again.
Uh,
Here we fucking go. I already know who's going to be two or
No,
one.
no, no. He hasn't been arrested.
Okay.
He hasn't been arrested. But
Oh my God.
I gotta say that because if you look at the photo again, it's a rough photo of him, his hair. He
Oh
just
my God.
it's like he got electrocuted and caused his hair to go like that.
Oh
And it's all
Jesus.
greased up too. But at number three, I got my boy Daniel Larson. Who knows what he's arrested for? But now he's
Okay.
really soon, hopefully. Um, at number two, continuing on with this rough style of photos where people just had the worst fucking night of their life out partying at the clubs, at a strip club, probably was drinking too much, got kicked out, and were disorderly conduct. I got, again, my boy Nick Nolte, who
Yeah, that was on my list
in
too. Yeah.
2002 in Malibu was arrested for DUI and a drug charge for being under the influence of drug gamma
Oh,
hydroxybutyrate, commonly known as GHB. Nick Nolte's famous mugshot was one of the most viral mugshots online in history.
yeah.
Nolte later wrote
That's
in
a
his
good one.
memoir, I went viral, my hair was wild, my expression unsettling, looking like an asylum inmate out for a lark. In 1992, People magazine named me the sexiest man alive, and now 10 years later, I look to all the world like a madman, which is true. He just looks fucked. He looks
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
crazy in that photo. And like
Yeah.
there's a yeah, like I just can't get enough. It's such a wild photo. But Nick Nolte at number two, that's got to be so famous. And at number one, the most infamous man of all time, the U.S.'s new president of the United States, Donald J. Trump. It's, I mean, just the fact that your president has had his mugshot taken is already a wild statement, but it's a
Yeah.
wild thing to see. But it's a pretty wild photo of him with a goofy ass look. I thought it was AI when I first saw it, and then I realized no, this is real. This man is actually getting his mugshot taken, and that's number one. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty incredible.
When your president is a convicted felon, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. Even
Oh
if
my
who knows
God.
if it's real, like what he did is, whatever, the wishy-washy. Just the fact that you have had your your mugshot taken and you are president is pretty insane. But anyway, it's pretty funny. There's a couple more I wanted to pick, but
I
it's
had down OJ. I thought that was pretty iconic. It's not really the most like, he doesn't look like he's been anywhere. But it's just an iconic one. I also another crazy one is Ozzy Osbourne in 1984, I think. He's wearing like this St. Louis Blues shirt. Really funny. Really good mugshot. I had that. Yeah, the hair is insane too. Like he's got like this full blown mullet going. He literally looks like he plays for the St. Louis Blues. Like I swear to God, it's a really good one.
the Tiger
Um,
Woods one is awesome. It is
it's so good,
like
so good, man.
he doesn't even look human in that photo. Like he
No,
is
no,
like his eyes, there's nothing. There's just anger and just so much alcohol.
yeah.
You gotta
Where did this guy wear this shirt? What tournament was it?
I don't know, but I remember I've seen the
Oh, so good. It's so good. I love how he laughs at it. He's such a good sport about it. Oh, at the Players Championship. Okay. I'm surprised they allowed that guy to walk in with that shirt. He was probably hiding it under like a sweater or something, but yeah. Yeah, I like how he smiled at it. He's a good
you know
sport
what's a
about it,
pretty
but
famous one is the Jane Fonda. Uh,
I saw that one too. That one's pretty good.
that's I know that's pretty famous. After what did she do? Cops pull you, but then you're on your way back from a rally. Cops pull you over and slap you with some bogus charge, smuggling. Okay, so yeah, she was just like protesting and she got arrested. There's the
Hmm.
Mel Gibson DUI one, which is interesting. Amanda Bynes has probably got a ton. OJ Simpson, Kiefer Sutherland. Oh, interesting. DUI. Geez, lots of DUIs. My goodness.
Yeah.
Paris Hilton, Bruno Mars. Yeah, cocaine possession. Charles McDowell.
That Bruno Mars one, he wasn't even found guilty or anything. He just got I think he like it like they didn't find anything in his possession. So they just like said, "Oh, whatever, you can go." That's
Yeah.
why he was kind of like, "Oh, well."
Tim Allen's a pretty famous one because he's like,
I read into that. He was in prison for 2 years.
dude, he was like smuggling cocaine over the border.
That's
Like,
crazy. Before he became an actor, like a famous actor, he was doing
he
that
was a
shit.
total like drug dealer. Like, yeah, like
That's
he was
insane.
a bad
I was
guy.
so surprised by that when I read it. It's like, holy
That's like maybe
shit.
I think Tim Allen might be like my least favorite celebrity. Like he sucks, bro. Like he's not even a good actor. He's also a
He's
total
made all of his
asshole.
yeah, he's made all of his money off shitty comedy shows and voice acting for Toy Story.
Yeah, and like the Santa Claus, apparently like the entire time, like he'd like tell kids to like fuck off, like if they talk to him or something
Oh,
like
that's
that.
horrible.
Yeah, like and he'd like
Okay,
tell
yeah, I definitely
like
don't like
Santa
him.
isn't real, like stuff like that.
Oh, that's
Like
horrible.
yeah, so I just don't like him. And apparently like uh I think Jimmy Kimmel made there's something happened. Jimmy Kimmel made a joke about him at the Oscars and then he didn't find it funny. Um
Oh.
yeah. Oh, yeah. I know what it was. It was Tim Allen and Tom Hanks were presenting an award, and then Ricky Gervais. It was Ricky Gervais at the Golden Globes. It was like, here's two-time Academy Award winning, incredible Pulitzer Prize winner, Cecil B. DeMille Award winner, a star of so many hit movies. His movies have made over millions of dollars. Tom Hanks and Tim Allen, and then he presents Tim Allen, and Tim Allen's like was fucking pissed about that. Like he hated that so much.
Oh, right, because he didn't mention anything about yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tom Hanks is not really a nice person either, let's be honest. He's
What?
had his
Where have you heard this?
No, I've heard he's on the Epstein list for sure.
Oh
There's
my
no doubt
God.
about that.
Okay. There's no. Yeah, you're
There's
crazy.
no doubt about that, man. You see his face after Ricky Gervais was like shitting on everyone at
Just
the
because he made a face
Golden
doesn't
Globes.
mean he's
Oh,
automatic.
for sure. For sure. He's like, "Oh shit, he's exposing me." That's 100%. That's 100% true, man. 100% true.
All right. Well, I hear there's this list of a bunch of people that tried going into Josh Allen's house and touching him while he was sleeping. Oh my, look at that face right there.
Yeah,
Jesus
yeah,
Christ. Okay. Ryan did it, everybody. It was Ryan. There you
yep,
go.
yep,
Yep. It was you all along. Point
yep.
proven, you know? There you go. Just because you make a face doesn't mean you've done the crime, or does it? That's the question. That's the question. Anyway, I think that's a great way to end this episode off. Thank you guys so much. Go Bills. Keep cheering them on.
Go
Bet on
Bills.
them. Bet as much money as you have, even if your life depends on it. Put all the money in the world on the Bills winning.
From Bleeding Blue Podcast, you heard it here.
You heard it here. Um, thanks, guys, so much. We will catch you on the flippity flip, and cheers. And like us on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Spotify. We're on all the apps, and we will see you next week. See ya.